alternative Microsoft should embrace: extend Linux on the desktop. Video: enterprise use of Windows 10 is overtaking XP. Finally, if you're a small business and you're running Windows 7 and older versions of Office, you totally, and I mean totally, need to refresh your software stack. You have a bit of time left to prepare, but 2 years isn't really all that long. And, if you are an enterprise, at this point, you should be well on your way finishing your evaluation and beginning to roll out Windows 10 and Office 365. But there are also end users. The people with 6-year-old computers at home who cannot afford to upgrade, or where a free Windows 10 upgrade will not properly take on their 4-year-old hardware, despite those continuous nags from Microsoft, and, in some cases, aborted forced upgrades that left a terrible taste in their mouth. I've argued for years that anyone who insists on running old versions of Windows is a menace to society. My prime recommendation is always going to be upgrade to the latest and greatest, Windows 10. And I know that may mean buying a new PC. But some people counter that with switch to Linux. And you know what? They're right too. I would prefer to see you dump Windows and all your old Microsoft software in favor of using Linux, rather than use outdated stuff that potentially can result in a severe malware or personal business continuity incident, identity theft, or worse. You'll get no argument from me. But I would not jump on just any Linux. If you're going to use Linux, and you're familiar with the Office stack, and you have legacy documents that need to be moved forward, I would suggest using Chrome OS. You can be free of Windows forever. There's just one catch. You're going to want to use the free web version of Office with OneDrive. Yes, that means going full tilt into the cloud. Oh, did you think you were going to be able to keep your on-premises control freak mindset? Sorry, no. Read also, Microsoft Azure customers now can run workloads on Cray supercomputers. Microsoft to expand Azure government secret cloud option for handling classified data. Microsoft opens up testing of Azure Data Box, its Amazon snowball rival. So, which Chrome OS to use? Any of them, really. There's Crow's, a few others. They are all pretty similar. Frankly, I like Neverware Cloud Ready Home, as it is free for non-corporate use. It's a fairly polished product. All you need is a Google account, and you're ready to go. My 80-year-old mother-in-law has 2 laptops running on it, and she loves it. No complaints. Copy your files from your old Windows to OneDrive. You get 5 GB for free, which is many thousands of Office documents, and you are set. On Office.com, you have a completely modern web-based Office suite, email with Outlook, and free mobile apps to access and manipulate your data on either iOS or Android. Again, this is free. It costs nothing. Really. No catch. Don't want to use Microsoft's cloud or its magnificent free apps because it wets its nests? Or because you're still holding a grudge against an executive team that worked there 20 years ago and did something evil? Never mind the fact that those people no longer work there, and the company doesn't resemble that monster anymore at all. Fine. Use Google's cloud. Use Gmail and Google Apps. But don't expect your legacy document compatibility to be perfect. Or assume people who you share documents with will be able to use your work product from Google Docs, or will even want to collaborate with you. If you can live with that, do that. Want to be a full-time sysadmin in your spare time? By all means, install Ubuntu and LibreOffice on your clunker, or whatever other distribution of the week your favorite Linux pundit says you should use. If you have the skills and the free time, go for that. I can at least sleep at night knowing you won't infect everyone around you. But don't ask for my help implementing this, or working around other issues you might encounter. I no longer have that kind of time on my hands. I have stuff to do, and enterprises to re-architect and real business problems that need solving. Now, I believe Microsoft can still do better, rather than just washing its hands and waiting for this user population to die off. I believe it needs to own this market segment that cannot upgrade, and that it still needs to take care of them instead of just ceding it to the open source community and Google. This requires out-of-the-box thinking. And, lately, Microsoft has been doing a lot of out-of-the-box stuff we never thought they would do, so this is no pipe dream. I believe Microsoft should release its own version of Linux. But not just any Linux. I think it should be Office 365 on a stick. Hear me out, okay? Imagine a self-hosting, bootable installable Android distribution, with Edge for Android as the main browser, all the Android Office 365 apps preloaded and configured out of the box to use Azure AD and Microsoft ID.